Can you do that, please? In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, I bear witness that there is but one God, whose proper name is Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom all holy praise is due forever. Dear beloved brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, members of the human family, people wherever you are, I want to begin by greeting you in the greeting words of peace. Okay, dear family, I made a mistake. Let me start again. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, I bear witness that there is but one God, whose proper name is Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom all holy praises is due forever. Dear beloved family, I can never thank Allah enough for searching among lost black people in the Western Hemisphere until he found one who was worthy, one who had the right heart, the right mind, the right spirit, the right countenance to dedicate his life to the resurrection, to the raising up of an entire people lost in the Western Hemisphere. Dear beloved brothers and sisters, we can never thank Allah enough for this wonderful mercy shown to us, the people who are today on the rise. We thank Allah and His Christ and His Messenger and that very special human being. We can never thank them enough for leaving a man in our midst, a man who is so beautiful, a man who is so magnificent, a man who is so dedicated and fearless that if it wasn't for him, I really wouldn't have nothing to say to you this evening. And I probably wouldn't even be here physically because of the lifestyle, the death style that I used to lead. But having heard the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad through his mouth, of course, you know I'm speaking of none other than the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Today, dear family, I'm here because of those divine servants that I've just outlined, laid out for you. That's my foundation. And so with that, I want to greet all of you in the greeting words of peace. We say it in the ancient tongue of Arabic, a language that we used to speak back in the day, but we lost it in our sojourn in the Western Hemisphere. I want to greet you in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. Those words simply mean, when translated from Arabic to English, peace be unto you. And that's the spirit, dear family, in which I sit before you this evening. And my name is Brother Leo Muhammad. And I am a very blessed man because each and every week on the Imagination Show, I am helped and assisted by a most able assistant and a beautiful black woman, a sister who is not just my sister, but my wife and my companion. And so at this time, I want to turn over to Sister Claudia Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum family, welcome again to another edition of the Imagination Show. I pray that you're all well and that you've had a blessed week, and thank you once again for your support. And I'm looking forward to the show today. What have you got in store for us?
Praise be to Allah. Well, I still get trepidatious, I still get nervous because I don't want to be one of these people who takes it for granted that, you know, we can come to people in their living rooms or come to people wherever they're viewing the broadcast and, you know, we're going to be able to give you something of value or hold your attention, you know. So each time we prepare the shows, we are really trying very hard to make it valuable for you. It's not really about entertainment in truth. It is more about education. It's more about, trying to impart knowledge, wisdom, understanding for the growth, the development, the betterment of a whole people. Dear family, welcome, welcome, welcome. Shalom, shalom, Jah Rastafari, greetings. Welcome to another edition of the Image a Nation show.
Hold on, before you start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is this showing properly? Because I keep looking at the other monitor and it seems like it's sticking. So if you can, somebody can let me know.
Yeah, let us know in the chat, dear family.
If it's playing properly.
If it's playing properly, because it does look a little bit sticky on one of our monitors here. How does it look on the other one? It keeps jumping around on that one. Okay. You see, it says, I just saw network bandwidth is low. Okay, so, last week we had some problems. In fact, since last week, we haven't been able to find the show at all on YouTube. So we're not, again, sure what's going on there. We don't know what's really going on with YouTube. Hence the fact of why we need to, go on to other platforms in the future. But for now, dear family, we will press on and we will pray to Allah that He blesses us this week once again to have a successful show. We're into this 2023 now.
That's right. Can you believe it?
And it's amazing, really. I always remember being a child and hearing about the year 2000, yes. And it seems so far away.
That's right.
And now we're 23 years into that new millennium.
Well,
my goodness.
Was it a program called 1999?
1999. That's right.
Space program.
That's right.
I was only about 2.
And it used to look so futuristic. Well, here we are, dear family. We are in the future. Greetings, family. Now that we are through the European Christmas holiday season and the new year, before we get into our main subject today on the Image a Nation show, I would like to wish all the brothers and sisters around the world who observed and participated in Kwanzaa, which is between December the 26th and January the 1st. I want to wish all of you a blessed Kwanzaa celebration. Dear family, the only thing... Go ahead.
Actually, on that note, I know you're going to do an ad, but I do know that the Proud to be Black website is actually still running their Kwanzaa 15% off site-wide offer. But I know, why don't you read the ad? Okay,
I do hope everybody heard that, because you can still get 15% off. Yeah. Is it the Proud to be Black?
Yes.
Merchandise?
Yeah. Everything, books, t-shirts.
Everything, 15% off everything. So please visit, the Nation of Islam London Study Group website and pick up one of those bargains which is still available to you. The only thing I really wanted to say about Kwanzaa, at this point is, again, it's a harvest festival celebration. And the only thing I want to say, dear family, is let us not just tokenize these types of things. Let's appreciate that if we are going to talk about harvest and those types of celebrations, surely we should be looking at our agricultural footprint. Surely we should be thinking about farmland and thinking about having agriculture as a people so that we actually can look at those first fruits. That's really what I think is important, that we don't just symbolically talk about things, reference things, but we actually move in the direction of making those things a reality. We when I say we, I'm talking about the black community globally, got very excited around Black Panther and Wakanda. But, my view is that we should be really thinking about making Wakanda a reality, as opposed to, something that is on a screen.
On the screen and not real.
Not real. Dear family, for those who do not know or may already know but need a reminder, Kwanzaa is a 7-day, 7-principle first fruit harvest festival started in the United States by our brother Dr. Maulana Karenga in 1966. The fundamental principles are umoja, which means unity, to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. That was the language that he used, race. We really are not a race, if the truth be known. But nonetheless, umoja is about unity. We cannot emphasize enough how important this particular subject matter is. Unity, dear family. Okay, number 2 is Kuji Kajalia. And that one is self-determination. I mean, that is so critical, just having the ability to determine for ourselves what our lives are going to be about. Okay, Kuji Kajalia, that's self-determination. Number 3 is Ujima, which means collective work and responsibility. Collective work and responsibility. Yes, we got our little job and we are out there trying to make ends meet. But imagine if we as a people were really to begin to pool our resources, and numbers of us got together and started businesses, started working collectively and organizing ourselves in that way. We would be so much more successful as a people. It's such a pity that so many of us have now developed this mentality of singleton. I'm going to do it myself. Individualism, which is what they promote in this Western Hemisphere.
Island.
Well, no man is an island, and this is where we're going wrong so many of the times. Dear family, number 4, Ujama, which means cooperative economics. Again, this is pooling resources, putting that money together, putting that pound together, putting that dollar together. And when we do that, we become strong financially. We become strong economically. All of us may have a few pounds or a few dollars in our individual pockets, in our account. But when we pool it together, all of a sudden we have that economic clout that is what's necessary and needed. So that's Ujama. Number 5, Nia, purpose. Come on, man. You know, dear family, it's a shame, and I've touched on this before in one or more of our previous shows. But you know, you'd be surprised how much of what we do as a people is accidental. How many things come about through accident or happenstance or, you know, coincidence. We don't use the term coincidence, but in reality, dear family, what we need is a different approach to life, and we need to have an approach to life which is to live our life on purpose. See, there's a big difference. Everything that we do should be on purpose. In other words, we should become a mission-oriented people. We should become a people who are very deliberate about what it is that we are doing, and again, we will see immediately another level of success if we understand Nia, which means purpose. Number 6, Kukumba, creativity, dear family. This is where imagination comes from. Image and nation, imagination, creativity, being able to see that which does not yet exist, but bringing that which is not in existence currently into existence by just being able to see it first, being able to imagine it. We are the most creative people on planet Earth, and we must not allow anyone to stifle and put our creativity to bed.
But that's why, working for this white man, our creativity is absolutely robbed.
Robbed. Yes.
9 to 5, we're feeding their businesses. By the time you get home, you don't want to do anything. And
you're tired.
You're tired. And then you're back on the same thing again.
Back on the plantation.
And that's why they like our young, you know, what are those programs called?
Oh, you mean like The Apprentice?
Apprentice, yeah.
Oh,
We all
yeah.
think, oh yeah, good idea. No, they're stealing young people's.
Getting their ideas,
That's right.
getting their ideas, man, and then capitalizing.
That's right.
Yes.
Creative minds.
And I suppose a lot of us who watch those things, we think that Alan Sugar is doing the
Alan
people
Sugar,
a
and who
favor.
else was
Donald
it?
Trump
Oh, yeah,
used to do
Donald
it in
Trump.
America.
Yes.
That they're doing us some big favor. No,
No,
dear family,
stealing.
they are. That's right. They are mining the creativity
That's right.
of those young people. Dear family, finally, we have Imani. And Imani means faith. But faith in what? Come on now, we're not going to shy away. Dear family, if God is not at the center, if Almighty God Allah is not at the center of our lives, we are whistling Dixie. We are wasting our time because we can never be successful. I say without apology, black people, original people, Africans, our very nature is God. And when we try to build or to grow or to do anything without that God component being alive and well within our beings, we can never ever be successful. I say that with no apology, and I say that, dear family, challenging anyone to go against it. That's our very nature. And I say, dear family, you know, faith is a powerful thing. You got to have faith. You got to have faith, man, in order to go forward in this life and be successful. There's so many obstacles. But when you have faith,
That's right.
I think the scripture says, if you had faith the size of a mustard seed, and for those of you who've never seen a mustard seed, it's pretty small.
So small. You can
Very
barely
small.
see
Can
it.
hardly barely see it. Like a little tiny little black dot in the palm of your hand. But it says if you had faith the size of a mustard seed, you could say to the sycamore tree, be uprooted and planted in the depth of the ocean. You could say to the mountain, be removed, and it will be gone. There's tremendous wisdom in that scripture, but that's not our subject this evening, dear family. I hope everybody is good. I hope you're feeling blessed and favored like me and my beloved wife and family right now. And I hope, beloved brothers and sisters, that we can really have a great show this evening. Welcome to episode 64 of the Image a Nation show, entitled The Great Debate. The Great Debate. I think my son put out a notice of it earlier on today. What did he say? Did he say great debaters or great debate? Well, I'm going to find out exactly what he put out, because then we got some feedback from somebody saying, oh, that's my favorite movie, but it's not The Great Debaters.
No, it was the image.
Oh, the image that was used? I'm not.
Can you all hear me? I know Sister Paula and DJ Mr. P said you can't hear me properly. Could you just say if you can hear me properly?
It's because I speak loud and you
I
speak
know.
quietly, but
It's
yeah,
the great debate.
it's The Great Debate,
But
yeah.
it's
So,
who's in that film? Is it
if
Denzel
I remember rightly, I think Denzel Washington
Right, 'cause that's the image.
and a whole bunch of young
That's the image.
actors and actresses, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're dealing with the great debate this evening, dear family. And I have to say again, I often hear, you know, in the black community, we say, oh man, we talk too much talking, let's have some action. Dear family, action without words is mindless. We have to think, then we have to talk, and then we have to walk. Then we have to bring the action. But the whole thing has to go together, okay? And we need to have conversations. We need to have debates, discussion within the black community if we are to be successful as a people. There are a lot of great debates taking place on our planet about political differences, debates about war, about the economy, about Harry and Meghan, about excess deaths after this pandemic, about the multiplicity of industrial actions and strikes that are going on throughout this country and in America. I saw earlier on that I think some nurses just won their industrial dispute in New York today in America. debates going on about shortages of food, water and fuel, and even worse yet to come, about the surveillance state, the deep state, debates about censorship, about anti-black racism and black-on-black crime, debates about disunity. All such debates, dear family, and much more are ongoing. We know this. But there is one debate we are not currently engaged in. I'm sure, and I know that there are a few of us who are talking about these things, this particular subject matter, but not enough of us are engaged in this particular debate. And that debate, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, is really about the next generation. And I'm asking the question, who will they be? Who will the next generation be? Because I say again, as I've said before, if what we're doing today is not about the youth, if it's not about that next generation, again, we are absolutely wasting our time. Sister?
No, I didn't have any.
Okay, I thought you wanted to come in.
No.
I thought you wanted to come in because this is some serious business. You know, if we understand how society works and functions, and how our African tradition says old men for counsel, young men for war, and how in our tradition we would sit at the feet of the elders and be guided so that we could then go forward into a more great and glorious future.
Yes, actually, I'd be interested to find out from our audience how many of us actually sit down and have real proper conversations with our children.
With the young people,
Yeah,
with the
really,
young
well,
people.
in your household, isn't it? Is it just, oh, have you tidied up? Have you done your homework? Have you done this?
Is
Have
it
you
just
done
moaning
that?
at them about
Have
what
you
they
done that?
haven't done?
That's
Yeah.
right. Do we actually sit down and have a meaningful dialogue?
Yeah, I mean, and you say that, and you're right, but even, you know, even beyond the more in-depth, meaningful dialogues, is there a proper good morning
That's
in the
right.
morning before you go to work, or they go to school or college or university, or they go to work? Is there like is there any hugs in them? Is there a hug?
Yeah,
Is there a greeting?
Is there a kiss?
Yeah, is there a kiss? Is there a genuine inquiry as to how you doing today?
That's right.
How you feeling? And is there do we wait for the reply
That's
to,
right.
to gauge where that young person
Hold on.
is?
Even more so, is there eye contact?
Absolutely no. That's critical.
That's right.
You know, and we're asking these questions, beloved family, because these are the things which are necessary if we are going to be successful. And when we talk about success, you see, we got to get away from this individualism where, oh, Leo Muhammad is successful, so I don't give a damn about whether my son or my daughter is successful. No. When we talk about success, it's got to be success of the family.
That's right.
It's got to be success of the community. It's got to be the success of the nation. Question, brothers and sisters. Who or what will our children follow or serve after us? Have we thought about this? Because how many of us appreciate that if we don't have that strong bond and that tight relationship and that desire by our children to follow in our footsteps, the chances are they're not going to follow us.
That's right.
The chances are that when we are dead and gone, or when they leave our place of abode or influence, they're just going to go and follow something else or a different way. How many of us give that any thought as to what are we laying down today for them to follow,
That's right.
for them to continue?
Okay, but with that, what have we as adults got for them?
No, but that's the point. That's the question. That is the question. You know, what have we done? Look, that's the second question. What have we done to guarantee they will continue our work? Have we done any work that the children can pick up and carry on and maybe enhance and take to the next level. Why are such questions critically important to the future of black people? These are that all of us really the young people are gonna um, everything is going to be all right. Outside to plan and execute. They are actually going to follow. Yeah, brothers and sisters, I pray you are well. You are good, brothers and sisters. Well, again, you hear noise. If you can hear it, it's pretty cold outside. I'm always hot, always hot, always hot. And I've just got this little fan blowing, but if it's something you can hear, if it's disturbing the sound, by all means, let me know, and I shall turn it off. But do you think it's to do with the internet? Yeah, I mean, the internet seems to be, again, very sticky. Brother Dean is having some problem with this.
It's us, the usual.
It's the internet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, man. You know, dear family, we pay so much money for this internet service, and it's always a mess. Always a mess. We'll push on. Dear brothers and sisters, in the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 24 to 26, it says, "Then said Jesus unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me." Yeah, I told that to Jesus' feet. Look at what Jesus is quite those who come behind me. Look what he's requiring. Yes, man, I really don't like to do this. I really don't like to do this, but here's the thing, it's very, very bad, brothers and sisters. So, last week we did it works. I can't guarantee that when we go off, come back on, so, well, I guess I'm going to attempt to do that because I'm just not happy with the way things are at the present time. So, if you bear with us, we're going to attempt to come off and then come back on because this is very, very bad. This is not good at all.
Yes, yeah, we